All right, and we are live. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is. Happy Thursday and happy Black Birders Week as we continue on through the week. Today is Thursday, and our hashtag, our daily theme is avian artivists. So, today is a very arts focused day. We'll be exploring different ways in which those of us as Black folks and Black creatives have infused our art with various environmental and social justice themes, um, both on the more serious side, but also on the more lighthearted side. And today we're going to start off with the more lighthearted side of things because Black joy is in its own way a form of justice and resistance to oppressive systems. So before we kick off our program today, I want to introduce the moderator for today's event, Dr. Belinda Cheeseboro. Dr. Cheeseboro is a science communicator and STEM education specialist. She works at the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture, and she started her science communication career attending Andrews University with her bachelor's in physics, and further honed her skills while earning her PhD in physics from West Virginia University. Now she leads the museum's Explore More in STEM program, hosts their virtual career conversation series Through the Window and Into the Mirror, and plans assists with large STEM programs like the upcoming Black Birders Week STEAM Day, which will be happening this week on June 1st, so this Saturday. I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Belinda for a couple of years now, 2, 3, how many has it been now?
It's been about 2 years, yeah.
So it's a great event, so if you're in the DC area, definitely go check out STEAM Day when they have it. So today we are talking about, as I said, the Tweetations Revue. Or I haven't introduced it yet, so I'm introducing it now, the Tweetations Revue, which I think I'll let the film speak for itself a little bit about what it's going for and what it's about. So if you'll give me just one moment, we will get the clip up. And while we're doing this, I'd like to acknowledge some of the other partners and sponsors we've had throughout the week, including the National Audubon Society, Bird Note Radio, both of whom hosted events that you can watch on their own YouTube channels. There's also, of course, the Smithsonian, both the Black History Museum or the National Museum of African American History and Culture, as well as the Natural History Museum, both of whom have been partners with Black Birders Week for the last few years, Wild Birds Unlimited, and our fiscal sponsor, Amplify the Future, among many, many other groups and organizations and individuals who make this week possible. So without further ado, let us cut to some groovin'. And I have for you a brief clip from, no, here we go. We'll do it this way. A brief clip from the Tweetations Revue. So, and yes, there we go. All right, so with that, enjoy. Mhm.
Hey, I don't think the sound is connected for the video.
Sorry. Sorry.
I was saying I don't hear anything on my
Oh
end.
no. Sorry, give me 1 second. I thought it was
Sorry.
working here. Oh my goodness. Make sure it's unmuted. All right, 1 second. Let me remove that. Did I share properly? Screen, yes. Okay, let's do it this way. Apologies for the tech issues, everybody.
Sunflowers and sugar plums. My name is Barry the Bluebird, and we are the Four Treetops. You could have been anywhere in the tree, but you're here with me. Now, twig this. We'd like to thank y'all for coming out this evening. Thank you. So the Tweetations Revue. Yeah. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves, learned a thing or two, and most importantly, felt the groove. And we got a message for y'all. Will you let us share it? I said, will you let us share it? Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Now this message is for all the birds of the world. It don't matter the color of your feathers or even the way you fly. Cause this is a song for every birdie, from the pigeons to the penguins, the cranes to the cuckoos. We gotta come together. Yeah, yeah. Every birdie. To all my feathers, both near and far. We gotta come together, no matter who you are. Come rain or shine, it's never a bad time. Come on and sing. Sing, sing, sing. You gotta tweet, tweet. Eagles in the desert heat. You gotta tweet, tweet. All you ducks with flat wet feet. You gotta tweet, tweet. Oh, won't you tweet it with me? You gotta tweet, we gotta tweet. Every birdie, tweet, tweet, tweet. Every bird come together. Every bird come together. Let's all be graceful like the swan.
All right. So, tech issues aside, I think I think the vibe of it comes through pretty strong, regardless of the technology. So with that, I will bring on the actual folks who put this together and made this film happen. So let us introduce to the stage director Fraser Collins.
Hello, everybody.
Hollywood Jade, who you just saw on screen.
Coucou, bonsoir.
And Niqa Bailey, who you'll be seeing shortly.
Hey, hey.
Okay, this is so exciting. I'm happy to be interviewing all of you for this panel. So to kick us off, as Ade mentioned, but let's start over again. Can everyone just tell me, we're starting for Fraser, and then we'll move all the way from Niqa. I'm just going in order I see on my screen. So Fraser, then Niqa, then Hollywood. Can you guys tell me your name? Well, not your name. Tell me the role you played and tell me your favorite moment from working on Tweetations Revue. So we'll start with that.
I'm still smiling from watching that clip. Every time I get to see it in a new context, it's just so much fun. Yeah, I am Fraser Collins. I'm the director of the Tweetations Revue. This is my debut short film. I was also co-writer, director of photography, one of the songwriters. what I'm most proud of, best moments, honestly, just getting to completing this film and getting to share it. And when we've been sharing it, we've been fortunate enough to get into some film festivals, even win some awards. But to share it we had a world premiere in Chicago. We've played at a few festivals in Toronto. We played in Seattle, and a few people have gotten a sneak peek here and there with a direct link. But yeah, just the feedback and getting to share it with live audiences has been absolutely spectacular. So seeing all of our hard work finally come together, like this is the reason why we make art, is to be able to share it and get the response. And I think we made a really good film. So the response has been very rewarding and positive. So honestly, that's probably one of the best parts about this whole production.
Yes.
What about you, Hollywood?
I think
we're
Niqa-
going with Niqa and then
Okay,
Hollywood, but yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were gonna say something to make me talk. So okay. Okay, yeah. So for me, since we just have to choose one. So I would say I feel like first and foremost, I play Queen Ruby in the Tweetations. I didn't introduce what my character is. That's
yes,
my role.
you do.
And I feel like the best moments was just the creating, like meeting everyone, working together. I feel like the film is amazing, yes, but I feel like the most memorable part is like us actually creating everything, like I felt like I met a lot of people who were very passionate about the project just as much as I was, and working together and connecting. I felt like that was like one of the best parts about it, because I felt it made, even though there was times that things were challenging, like for me, like I didn't know how to like dance choreography like that well, but like connecting with the dancers, the choreographer, and everyone being patient and like just connecting. I feel like even after the premiere and the watching and just everything, we're all still like very much connected, and I feel like that was what was important, like to me, the best like part. But yeah.
I love that. I'll jump in. My name is Hollywood Jade. I play one of the Four Treetops. I think the highlight for me was watching a Black man build this universe that he saw in his mind that incorporated so many other Black talent from all different walks of the diaspora of Blackness that exists, and seeing how he could pull this concept out of his mind and make it a reality. When I first saw the breakdown for it, I was like, this is something I definitely would be a part of. I'm predominantly known as a choreographer myself, but I was like, I'll even dance in this. Like, I just wanted to be a part of it. I love the imagination of taking birds and making them Black and making them soulful, and like how the film celebrates art and music and Black culture, but also taps into the environmental space of dealing with birds, which, small thing about me, I hate birds. I'm petrified of them. I think they are strange beings of things, but I saw them in a different and more beautiful light, and I think that was the highlight for me, is just watching this Black man create the world in which that he wants to see us exist in.
I love that you started off hating birds and now you feel better about them after working on Tweetations. I love this for you.
Beauty in them, as long as they're like over there.
Yeah, from a distance.
Yes.
Appreciate them from a distance. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share like my initial thoughts from watching the film. I watched it during a period of time where I was feeling low, I was feeling down and out, and it just immediately brought me joy. Like every scene, everyone in there was just like, it was just beautiful. And as we were talking before we started this, there's just the expression of Black joy in that just throughout the entire film, instead of preying on, different aspects that have been known to be as stereotypes for Black people, right? We didn't do any of that. It was just like, here's Black people in all different shades, in all different bodies, just celebrating our culture, celebrating art, celebrating nature. So I really loved that. So I just wanted to share that. So to kick us off, Fraser, why a musical for your short film?
Yeah, honestly, I love musicals. I really do. Um, and honestly, The Wiz was a huge inspiration for me with this film. And I grew up like I just love movies and really all types of genres, but there's something about, I think for me specifically, I want joy. I want to see more joy and expression. And through art, we can get film, we get dance, we get performance, music. And honestly, musicals just literally checks all these amazing boxes that are just so much fun for expression. Um, and honestly just felt like the best way to present this story. If it wasn't this, it would be, a quest movie with music. I just want to make good music while storytelling. I think that's what musicals do really well, is that it's a certain type of expression, but you're still getting story through a range of art forms. So I love that about musical genre. And again, the celebration of Black music, this felt like the best way to express that, because birds, honestly, of all animals, birds are music to me. And they symbolize freedom, but they also symbolize music, right? We get songbirds, we get tweeting, so it just really all fit together really well to me. And it just seemed like, if we're going to express music, let's do it through birds.
Okay, that actually answers my other question about why birds in particular and nature to use as the motif for this film. So as you're saying, like the inspiration came from the fact that birds themselves are very expressive, especially with the different feathers that they have and the way that they communicate with one another, either through song or just, making random noises.
I do want to add, also, this film is, and people have only seen one clip, but the film is very heavily inspired by music, mostly from the 60s and 70s, all the way up until modern day. But I kept finding in a lot of music from that time period is that nature and birds especially are referenced a lot. And you don't only hear it in lyrics, but you see it in the expression, whether it's costume design. Like Minnie Riperton has flowers in her hair on album covers. You know what I mean? Oh God, what's the group? Oh my gosh, just feathers are accentuated in so many costumes, right? So I love how we incorporate nature in our human expression, and I just want to see more of that. It just reminds us of our connection with nature. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I love that. Let's see. So how did you come up with the characters for Tweetations?
I looked at different genres and eras of music. And when I say it's also my closest collaborator, Leah Tomlinson, co-writer, producer, extraordinaire, amazing human being. And all of our collaborators are amazing human beings on this project, and cast members. Yeah, we looked at different genres and character archetypes. I hate to refer to, talented artists as archetypes, but we just looked at, okay, we want the male quartet. What would the R&B soul quartet, what would that look like? Oh, well, and then looking at references, listening to music, and the Temptations, they, beautiful suits, blue suits, orange suits. And so that just lent itself to, this is a flock of birds, a family of birds. And so really just wanting to celebrate different eras and archetypes in music. So there was the soul group, the female vocal trio, which we've seen in every genre of music and in every era. So, we have obviously Diana Ross and the Supremes. We have the 3 Degrees, the Emotions. But yeah, just also looking at what do we want to express through these archetypes. I hate saying that, but it's
not bad
and
thing. You can say it.
okay. And so looking at the genre, looking at the disco genre, and disco is such a form of freedom and expression, especially when you look at the history of music. And so I just imagined it should be this female vocal trio who are, coming into their womanhood, let's say, and their song is singing about freedom and expression and just, not being caged. And to me, that's also what disco sort of represents, is just an expression of who you are, who else did we, there's another song, the Lovebirds, and that's inspired by duets.
Ain't no
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
The Lovebirds are inspired by these couples in music, right? Like Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell, Ashford and Simpson, Peaches and Cream, like these male-female duos who would sing love songs and love anthems. And so their song is very specific to a genre of music that still continues in its own form till today. Queen Ruby is our most contemporary vibe in the song, who Niqa played. Niqa also rapped in the song as well. And that's, our sort of modern day braggadocious rap persona, whether it's male or female, but it just felt very fitting for, what we're seeing in music right now and have been seeing since the 80s and 90s. But, with Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, just really looking at celebrating different genres and eras and male and female artists and just balancing it out to make this musical journey.
I really got a sense of that from watching the film. And I also just really loved the expression of the different genres that were featured throughout the film. It was so good. Good soup. So for Niqa and Hollywood, can you tell me about the casting process, what that was like for you? Also, how you got involved in the project to begin with. How you heard about it, how you got involved. Just share those details.
I'll jump in. Like I said, I saw the casting. Me and Fraser have known each other, been in proximity to each other for many, many years. So I saw that he was involved, and I'm like, anything to support Black people furthering themselves, I am here for. In particular, kind, good-hearted, genuine, lovely Black people, I'm in. And at the time for me, I was really this was post-pandemic-y, the world still wasn't fully back to itself. And I'm like, I need to do something that is going to fill my cup and be around other creatives and tap back into parts of me that I've sort of allowed to lay dormant. Being a choreographer, I'm usually behind the camera, but I'm a star, and I deserve to be in the spotlight.
Yes.
And I'm not going to limit myself. So
right.
I was like, even to dance in this project, I would love to. And Fraser even reached out to me. He's like, you do know that you're submitting to dance, right? I've already got a choreographer. I'm like, I know. And he was like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. It would be remiss of me not to participate actively in continuing to further art in this country if I have the ability to. So yeah, I submitted and I went through the thing and I got casted, and I was grateful to be in the room and even to watch a younger choreographer sort of take the reins and lead the space. It all just felt like we were pushing the needle forward as creatives. And then I found out he wrote all this music, and then I fell deeper in love with it. And like the first time I heard our song was like in rehearsal, and I'm like, you wrote this? I'm like, and the song's been in my head for like 2.5 years now, and I can't get it out. So yeah, I loved it. I loved the concept. I loved the idea, and I wanted to work with Fraser as a director.
Amazing. Okay, for me, that was also one of my favorite parts, is working with just everything black. Like as Issa Rae says, like, you know, I'm for anything black. Like I'm the same way. I feel the same thing. I feel like production, cast, everything. So leading up to this, I had seen the post. My friend actually had sent me a post on Instagram about the casting. And when I had read like what the characters were, I already was like, oh yeah, I could do Queen Ruby like right away. Like that was like, yeah, I'm gonna do her. But I'm somebody like, I don't want to just only do one thing. So I seen other stuff and I was like, okay, like what other characters can I also apply for? Now, during that same, I think it was like the next day, my agent already sent me an audition for Queen Ruby. So I was like, oh, okay, I got an audition. But then when I was reading the breakdown, it was saying like, oh, I had to, rap and like, dance and stuff like that. I was a little bit, I don't know if I could do this, type of thing, getting in my head, self-sabotaging and things like that. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like someone else who's like more advanced is probably going to get this before me, So I was battling a lot of that. And then, I prayed about it and I submitted like literally like when the deadline was coming. So I submitted, I did it. And then I was vulnerable in my tape and letting them know, like, listen, like, I don't know how to dance, but I'm willing to put in the work if given this opportunity. So I did my best, my very best. And I got the call back. And then when I went, I did my thing too. And, they had told me like, we already wanted you to be Queen Ruby. We just wanted you to see you in person and see how you would come. So right then I was like, okay, it was already written. Like God already like gave me this role. It was me having to step into it and own it and not get in my head so that I can deliver my character the best way that I'm supposed to do it, So I felt like, yeah, that's how I got the role. And then with all of that, with again, letting go, I got the team and everyone, the support, the dancing, the support in the studio with Fraser, like, the rapping part sometimes was kind of difficult and, he was patient and, we just kept going and doing it, changing things. And even with that, like, we did good with that. And yeah, I just felt like the whole process from dancing to rapping was a lot of work, but to see the film and watch it, I was like, okay, this is definitely worth it. And I was just super happy to be a part to bring and show Black culture. Cause like I can sing as well. And I've just always been around, anything Black groups, SWV, Escape, like that's my like time. So like just being able to be a part of this and exactly what Hollywood said, it was during like post-pandemic. So it was like, I want to do something fun, like, do something to like step out of just having to keep on staying inside, like, and stuff like that. So I felt like everything just connected at the right time. And I was just super, super grateful to present Queen Ruby and be a part of this Black amazing project, and with doing music, because that's just in my blood, period. So.
Well, you did a fantastic job, and all that self-doubt did not come through. All of your pure passion, everything is what's shown through. So with that being said, can we please see this amazing performance?
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
Ain't no sunshine, ain't no rainbows over here. You better act like you know. R-U-B-Y, no bird this fly, touchdown CY. R-U-B-Y, no bird this fly, touchdown, you gon' see why. Rum fat, beat black, can't tap cause this my set, this my song, hear my tweet, 5-inch, always got that heat, new spice, dripping in ice, she's so bursty, better think twice, no jewels, no gems, y'all broke wingers, use a stick, I'm a stone, use a stump, baby, and I'm the throne, yeah, use a fake, last season use a clone, when you fly against the wind, you gon' get blown. Cause I made it out the wood. Cause I always knew I could be so bad, feel so good. She's so bird and I wish a pecker would. Bitch, I'm real dangerous. Crown and crest, summer breeze, I'm the best. I'm the queen and dream, I'm the red ruler supreme. Bad, I mean and nasty, try to stop me, they can't catch me. Been the ish since I was hatching. No wonder you haters bashing. Cause I rose up like an oak tree, I failed out like a fiddle leaf. R.I.P. to the pigeons who were chirping sweet. Never knew about the goddess I would grow to be. So don't come to the underground, my birdies, we don't flock around with you or your weak queen. Time's up, bird flu. Dusk brings a darkening, at midnight I get menacing. Heard the water birds been pondering, how you gon' fly with a broken wing? Can't catch me from a bird's eye view, never gonna rise giving that face. Can't be me, you wish it ain't true. Ain't saying nothing, cock-a-doodle-doo. Wings blazing, feathers flaming, sun kissing my body. See me with these two little baddies, yes, Heron, that's my posse. And we spitting seeds, splitting trees, sun sunning on you chickadees. With no jewels, no gems, y'all broke winners. Use a stick, I'm a stone. Use a stump, baby, and I'm the throne. Use a fake last season, use a clone. When you fly against the wind, you gon' get blown. Cause I made it out the wood. Cause I always knew I could.
Hey, Niqa.
That clip gets better every time I see it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So you want to know so funny? My daughter actually, she helped me like practice because like kids TikToking and doing dances and stuff like that. So she actually helped me like as well with the confidence and practicing. Like I would be practicing in my living room, moving all the furniture. So yeah, I love it. I love to see it every single time because it reminds me of how hard work can really get you. What if I allowed the self-doubt to say like no? You know what I mean? So like every time I see it, it's a reminder, like keep going. Don't allow that to hold you back,
And you absolutely elevated the project by just showing up and just really having the confidence to be there and give your spirit, your essence to the role in the film. And you killed it, honestly.
Thank you.
And shout out to your daughter too.
Exactly.
Yeah. She was saying the rap in the theater when we were at the festival. She was like looking at me doing the rap. I'm like, okay, girl.
I can't stop smiling every time I think about this and every time I get to see it and every time I get to experience it. And like one of the things that for me is important as a Black man is to see Black women honored and celebrated, and hearing your story and knowing some of the other stories of some of the women. Like what this Tweetations has done is it's given them a boost of confidence and courage in themselves, and to see them to like even just watch. I'm watching it, but I'm watching you watch yourself, and like it's so beautiful to see. You see yourself reflected back to you in a light that is favorable to you, that like a lot of times in particular Black women aren't always lifted and celebrated, and I think this does a very good job of honoring multiple different Black women. Like the trio is its own thing. Queen Ruby is her own thing. She said, "You are a stump and I am the throne."
No, that's right.
Come on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That actually like leads into my next question. So I wanted to know, like, I know you guys worked on your own songs, right? But like, was there any other songs that you connected with? And also, what was your favorite bird pun?
Queen Ruby has a whole bunch.
I think for me, it's like everything in Ruby's is the most like, yes, like yeah. Ruby has so many. So for me, it's a lot of that, a lot of Ruby scene for sure, for the bird puns. Absolutely.
I also like the I really love the lyrics in Be Free as a queer Black man. Hearing Be Free is just this reminder that it is okay to show up in the world authentically as yourself and know that that is enough. So there's something that like I'm like, oh, don't cry. We just started. It's okay. So yeah, I love the energy of them as well. There's something so like literally like you see them and you're like, air and breath and
fresh air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I imagine birds like flying and just soaring and glide. Like that's what it feels like. So I also really love Be Free.
Yeah, that one
Just heaven.
Too.
That one was written by Tika Simone, and she absolutely killed that. Just a talented singer and songwriter here in Toronto.
I also like the couple one.
The Lovebirds.
Yeah, because I'm a lover girl, you know, like I feel like I love watching like romantic movies, like things like that. Like I was just locked in, like watching them. It just gives me like, oh, so lovely. Like
it was like the sweetest, most wholesome song and scene. Like it was just so pure.
yeah.
That's definitely the crescendo of the film for sure.
Yeah. But for mine, mine's is my fave too, like you guys.
And the beautiful thing about the Queen Ruby scene at the last festival, honestly, every festival we show at, I hope nobody else hears this, but Queen Ruby gets a lot of love because I think she comes in like a tornado. So it's almost unexpected. And she's just like, boom, I'm here. But at the last festival, I had a friend of mine come up and say, Queen Ruby, that's my anthem of the summer. Like, the confidence that, yes, it's braggadocious, but like, it was so much fun to write because it's just almost make believe in a way. It's just, but also it's encouraging and inspiring. It's just like, yes, like lean into the fierceness of who you are and can be.
Yes, because a lot of people, I feel a lot of people, like, you know, again, especially like creatives or just anything you do in life, I feel like there's just a lot of overthinking, a lot of self-sabotaging, a lot of trying to get everything like done, and a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? So I feel like like Queen Ruby, I feel like watching it, you just feel like, yeah, nobody could chat to me. Like, yeah, I'm this person. I'm confident. I'm who I am. Nobody could tell me nothing. You know, I'm not going to overthink. Like, I'm beautiful. I'm this. I can dance. I can do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you can do anything. Like, I just feel like it gives you a boost of confidence that you may have never had. And then, like, you know, like just like us, like when we listen to certain type of music or certain type of people, like, you know, alter ego, you know, and it's like, yeah, like, whoo, yes, I'm going to step out of my house and like, I'm Queen Ruby and like, nobody can, you know, make me feel no type of way about nothing. Like, I know who I am and I'm going to stand in what I do and, you know, that type of energy. So I feel like, you know, that's important.
How about you, Belinda?
Oh.
Now you're on the spot.
I'm not used to being put in the hot seat. Favorite bird pun? I'm trying to remember. It's the one with like the kid and like the cartoon.
Dizzy
there's like a few good.
Isaiah Peck. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a few good puns in there that I liked in there too.
Yeah. Go and look in the water. Go and like what you see. Go and float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Exactly.
Hey.
Exactly. I love that song too. And of course, I connected with Queen Ruby. Like, who hasn't at this point? With that being said, are these songs going to be available on Spotify or another music streaming platform anytime soon? Because I need to be blasting them out my car window
Not Hollywood
for everyone to hear.
Yes. Yeah. Well, absolutely. We need to put the songs out. I think it just has to coincide with distributing the film and where the film lands, and whether that's going to be a streaming platform or, well, yeah, it's going to be a streaming platform in some capacity. It's just a matter of working out what that situation looks like, and then hopefully we can eventually put it on streaming platforms, because the goal is to just, you know, spread these songs and spread this message. So absolutely, you know, people want to hear the music. We worked so hard on the music and the film in general. So I think most proudest of just how the music has been received. So yeah, we want that to be on people's permanent playlists for sure.
It will definitely be on mine. And I'm someone that listens to music on repeat, so I'll be upping your stream game wherever it's posted. With that being said, are there any songs that didn't make the final cut that you worked on?
No, honestly, every song that was meant to go into this musical journey is in the film. So we just had amazing collaborators, and even if the first like demo wasn't quite there. It didn't take long to get it to get the sound to where it needed to be. So honestly, nothing was left on the cutting room floor. We didn't have funding to just have multiple songs and just play around. This was always going to be the musical journey. So yeah, I think we got really lucky with what we presented and what we were able to create and present. Yeah, I think perhaps in future projects, hopefully we'll have a wider range of music and genres and performance styles. But for this particular short film, yeah, this is what it needed to be. And it's interesting applying to other, having a short film that we're applying to film festivals and, getting into some, getting rejected from others. And I think it hurts the film, it being a 21, 22-minute film. I think it gets harder to program in certain short film programs, but I couldn't imagine taking out I couldn't imagine the film being any other way. So it's one of those things where, okay, what do you do as an artist? Do you present what is your highest chance of success, or do you present something that means
It's
the
true to
most
you.
to you? And so I think I'm absolutely sure I made the right decision, and the team made the right decision to make this film the length it was. Yes, not as many film festivals, but that's okay. The reception, nothing takes away from how people feel watching this film and the inspiration and just seeing the talent involved. So yeah, I couldn't imagine changing anything.
That's their loss. Like if you can't reconfigure your programming to have quality be a part of your programming, we don't want to be in your festival anyways.
Yes.
Mhm.
Facts. We want to be where we feel, what's the word I'm trying to use?
Welcomed.
Yeah, welcome,
Celebrated.
appreciated, like there was a lot put into this, you know what I mean? So you want to feel welcome, respected, like like just everything.
And the festivals who did, from what I've heard, and you can go and look up the accolades of all of the multiple awards that the film has won thus far. It just goes to show like people with vision get it, and if you are willing to just be open, like we were willing to be open to the process of stepping into these roles. Like you were willing to be, Fraser, to be open and allow all of us to be a part of your vision. Greatness can happen.
Yeah. End of the day, it's gonna go where it's supposed to go. And right now I feel we're so blessed. Like I don't like to use the word lucky. It's all a blessing, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's gonna go where it's supposed to go. The fact that we even started getting awards and being seen outside of where we live already speaks volumes, you know what I mean? And it's just one of those things where we just have to just sit back, let God do what God does, and that's just it.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Fraser, but that leads into a question I've been thinking: is at what point throughout this entire journey, and your journey is still going because it's not over, at what point did you feel like, wow, we really did that?
Honestly, the whole process felt that way. This is my debut film, and aside from me, like our makeup artist, this was her first short film production, like where she was the lead makeup. Our costume designer, same thing. Like a lot of our cast as well. This was their first lead role in their particular song.
Yeah.
So honestly, the whole process was like, wow, we're making music. Okay. Oh, now we're in production. Oh, it's going well. Like this looks great. Seeing it all come together in the edit, and then our first festival acceptance was just a dream come true, right? Like, because it's just all the hard work, and then people want to see this, amazing.
Yeah.
So for me, it was honestly, the whole process was just like, it was a whirlwind, of course, independent film, like, yeah, debut film, again, a lot of emerging and just like first time people, but it was the passion and the imagination and just the freedom to just be a part of something that really is like a grassroots thing. So I think, yeah, the entire time we're just like gagged that we're, getting to create art. Like, I know for me, I've wanted to be more creatively fulfilled in my profession and just in general. So for me, this was every step of the way, like, wow. And it was so funny. We just showed at a festival in Toronto, Inside Out Film Festival, and we showed it on opening day. It was youth day, so they invited a lot of high school students and youth program kids. And so, this is my debut film. And I'm still new to this, but a lot of after the screening, a lot of the kids were coming up to me, and Hollywood was there as well. And they're like, "Can you sign my program?" And I'm like, it was the cutest thing ever. But like,
I have photos.
I love that.
Yeah, but it just shows, we're inspiring people to create art, whether it's filmmaking, music, costumes, choreography. And that's just the art side of it. The film, obviously, there's a science side, right? Like, I want kids to look at a bird and go, Queen Ruby, or the Four Treetops. You know what I mean? Like, even be inspired to like get into professions like ornithology and natural sciences. Like, that's what this film is hopefully going to introduce people to, and just remind people of their connection to nature. So sorry, that ran a little long, so I don't know if you two have anything to add to.
No, I think you covered. Okay.
I just love listening to him talk about this project. It's so infectious, and it's so clear. I do this thing anytime I work with people. I'm like, how close did we get to what you imagined in your mind? Because as creatives, you might have this grand vision, and then someone gives you the budget and you're like, everything has to shrink. Or sometimes the talent you have can't rise to the occasion of what is being asked of them. And I feel like in our conversations that you got hella close to it being exactly what you wanted it to be. And that's rare, and that's a blessing. And to the point that you said about seeing, like, I know a lot of the people in this, and it's the first time they're seeing themselves on the big screen or hearing themselves, and you've changed and shifted the molecular structure of how they perceive themselves and how they show up in the world. And that's so important for Black people in particular, Black women specifically. Like, my niece can watch this and be like, Queen Ruby is the goal.
Yeah.
And she's
fired.
It's important. It's important. And like, to see even to see the Four Treetops, like to see four men of color smiling and joyful and happy
and looking good while doing it too.
Working together.
Okay.
Like, working together. Yeah.
It's important. And we don't that used to be the standard, right? And that's why the generations that grew up on Motown, they carry themselves in a certain way. And we sort of lost that somewhere in the shuffle of Black culture becoming pop culture and appeasing everyone. So there's something so wholesome about all of it. Even Queen Ruby, like, talked about Cardi B and all of them, and sometimes Cardi's whole the JJ is there for the world to see. And I love the liberation, do your thing. But to see you sit in a throne and just spit knowledge and lyrics is equally as important.
Yes.
And the way in which you presented everyone was so lovely. And like, and the imagination of it. And one of my favorite things in the whole thing in the Lovebirds is when he's drawing her and he turns it around and she's a bird. Like, we see humans, but he's seeing her as a bird. I'm like, they're birds.
Yes.
It's such a little thing, but it's such a great reminder of, like, this is a fictional world, but in this world, Black love is real.
Yes. And we can work together. I think that's another thing, because society already wants to paint us against each other and, all of that, so to see the Black group of men, come together smiling, working together, having a good time. Just everybody. I felt like it was just so important to see, Black women being angry. It was good to see, everybody come in a joyful, happy place and execute the different, genres of music, because it's not all just pop. There's
Right.
so many different genres, and to go from like a long time ago to now to this day, to have the generations now still relate, they're able to still see good music. Like, I play good music for my daughter to hear, because she didn't know about that. She just know TikTok and
Hmm.
those type of stuff. I feel like it's important, and I feel like that's the beauty of even watching the film, because it's like you're able to see everything in one amazing film. You know. So.
Nope, this is very true. And one point that I wanted to bring up that's very evident in Queen Ruby's scene is the body diversity there. To
Yeah.
see like different, not just different skin tones, because we saw different skin tones, but we also have a diversity of bodies. So I wanted to know, like, how important was that for you to uplift that as well, and also the fact that you have people on staff that have queer identities as well. How is it important for you to have not just diversity of the people working on the film, but also diversity in the cast?
It was just a no-brainer. Like, I'm inspired by people who can just show up in any capacity and just be so fierce and confident and just like own their identity. And that's something that a lot of people struggle with, just having the confidence and the freedom to just express who they are and feel comfortable within their skin. So I'm just inspired by anybody who just can rock their confidence, their identity, their strength, because I think that's inspiring and it's worth presenting. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else wants to add to that.
I feel like, to piggyback off what you said, is like, it's not about your size, it's not about your, oh, are you queer, are you straight? It's about you authentically showing up and doing what it is that you're passionate about doing. That's just the art in it all. So I feel like, Fraser, sorry to speak on what he's talking about, oh, okay, can you do this role? He's not looking at what you are. It's like, it's the vision. You know what I mean? Are you bringing that energy so that when things hit the fan and now everything comes together, are people feeling inspired? Is the work being done? Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like everybody did that. Like, even for myself, like, I'm a thicker girl, and like sometimes in this generation now where there are rappers, their bodies are done. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me to, do my thing, and other women who are my size, my body's not done, their body's not done, they're able to be like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I just feel like it's just, everyone just needs to just be themselves. Like, that's how I see it. And I feel like if you continue to show up and be authentic and be yourself, then opportunities like this, like what we did, it just worked all together. There was no, like, I don't
It's
know.
a no-brainer.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the presentation of art, I think queer people have been at the forefront of presenting and creating and presenting great art from honestly the beginning of time. So this is just a reminder of the contributions of Black and queer people, right? And they're from style to dance to performance, like. So it doesn't need to be a big thing. It's just like, oh, this is what it is. Like, this is the world we can exist in. There can be straight people, there can be gay people, there can be trans people. This is, and it's all good, right? So
Exactly. Actually, we do have a question from our audience, and it's specifically from the bird nerds. The bird nerds are here, and they need answers to their questions. Specifically, they're wondering what kinds of real birds were inspired a scene or song, and what about those particular birds did you find inspiring?
Just birds in general, I find very inspiring. Well, for the Four Treetops, it was obviously the bluebirds. Queen Ruby is inspired by a firefinch, and I forget where firefinches are originally from. But I was just like, we need a a red bird because that's just such a, and it's Ruby, like she's fire, she's fierce. And then I just, was just going through Google and a firefinch popped up and I'm like, oh my God, firefinch? What? Like perfection. Dizzy tailspin. Honestly, this is a fantasy. So it's there's really not a lot of like immediate references besides the lovebirds. Like that just lent itself to, okay, these birds exist and they're so cute together. Okay, this is what it needs to be. The lovebirds, done. Sugar wing and the sunsets, I don't even have a bird breed for them. They can be doves, they can be pigeons, whatever. They're just fabulous disco doves. Let's just call them disco doves from now on.
Disco doves.
Love that.
Yeah, we're just gonna rename all doves just disco doves. That's what they are now. Well, it feels like we're coming to a close pretty soon because we only have a couple minutes left. But I just wanted everyone to go around and just share final thoughts about all of this and what you're looking forward to, especially future plans for Tweetations. Because I know this is not the end. I know you have future plans, so feel free to share these thoughts.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the short film really, we can't wait to finally distribute it and get more people to experience the film and take in the music and the characters and the performances. Honestly, we worked so hard on this production, and it really is an independent, Black, queer, debut for many of us. And so really just, we want to continue to spread the love and pay homage, and the film is almost a call to action too, with the reference to birds and nature. So really, we really want to like inspire more young people into studies like ornithology or anything that impacts the environment, or it could be anything art related, right? Like this film really is a hybrid of art and science. So in any way people are inspired, that was really the goal. We really wanted to remind people of their connection to nature and the contributions of Black and queer artists and professionals. And you really look at it, and birds are global, right? They're in art and songs and religion and myths. So we really wanted to create something that highlights our differences as well as our interconnectedness, and to present that through amazing performances and style and music was just like a dream come true. So just know we worked really hard on this, and it was an amazing collaboration between so many talented people, and I can't wait for more people to get to know Niqa and Hollywood and everybody involved in this film. And that's really all I got to say about that.
Okay. Hollywood, Niqa?
Go ahead, ladies first.
What was the question again?
Oh, the question is just final thoughts that you want to share.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just so grateful. I pray about it all the time, give God all the glory, because like this was my first lead experience, and after that I did another lead for something else, and I just feel like just having this experience, I always pray to be able to have different opportunities for me to continue to grow and network and not stay in the same place I was before. And that's just what I'm about, always growing and inspiring other women, other mothers, other whoever was inspired by me. Men are inspired by me, my work ethic or whatever. So I feel like being a part of this this group today, tied to the film, like I'm just truly grateful. I'm just happy, and I'm just proud of everyone. I'm proud of everyone just doing the damn thing. Okay, like that's how I feel. Like let's just continue to just grow and step into who we are, working together, and yeah, just being happy, peaceful, and doing the art. Like that's how I feel. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for presenting this opportunity for me to come and speak, and yeah. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Shoot.
We can't do this without the queen.
No, that's right.
I too, I do a lot of different things. I've worked in the entertainment industry for 20 something years, and not every project feels like this project felt. Like we talked about it earlier, being able to go to set and be surrounded by Black people. Like, I mean, I think there was like 2 non-Black people on set the day that I filmed. And like, that's such a rich experience because it changes the way that you can show up, and like you can relax your shoulders. You don't have to worry about being on for the people. Like, you know, you're getting your makeup done and they're playing
the vibe.
They're playing Janet Jackson, and you know, and you're like, you know, so it was an awesome experience getting to be in that world and to see how this experience has changed so many people. And I just look forward to revisiting the tree in whatever else Tweetations has coming next, because there are some things coming soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to revisiting the tree.
Yeah, in 2025, look out for the Tweetations Revue live, and then hopefully some more iterations of this world of birds. Absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you all for being here, and thank you for being part of this conversation. This was lovely. It was so amazing to meet all of you and to chat with you, and I feel so inspired by all of you and all the work that you've done, and the passion you have behind this project is truly beautiful, and I know that this is not the end. It's just going to keep on soaring. So
Yes.
Thank you, Belinda.
That is right.
Dr. Belinda, you killed that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you to everyone for joining. Just to close out with some official final thoughts, because that is the business of what we have to do here. So again, thank you everyone for coming and watching and sharing your stories and your joy. I was listening backstage and learning a lot more about this production that just really fascinated me, especially as someone who sort of comes between the art side and the science side of things. For those who don't know, I am a bit of a musician myself, but really, you know, just really being able to bring those elements together just makes you feel more whole, especially when you're deep in academia. Like, I want to have this blasting in my headphones all the time. So yeah, official final words. Please, if you are watching currently, we have another arts-focused, film-focused talk later this evening at 5 p.m. with Nicole Jackson. We'll be delving into the story of a Black woman's journey of discovering her name, or the story behind her last name, which happens to be Crow, which is our theme bird of the year, or part of our theme bird of the year. So that should definitely be an interesting conversation to hear. Fraser, if you don't mind me giving one more call out or ask, where can people find more about the film?
I think just looking online. I don't have an official website yet, and I need to put that up and everybody's information on there. They can go to Instagram, actually, at the Tweetations. So we post on there regularly. Currently, we're just attending film festivals. I feel like we're near the end of our film festival run, and we're going to look at various forms of distribution. So honestly, at some point in 2024, hopefully we can release this film to the public. Right now, we're just doing a few film festivals, but yeah, you can find us on Instagram at the Tweetations, and maybe a website soon. I need to get on that.
Isn't Tweetations available online right now somewhere?
It might be geo-blocked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you're in,
Try to help.
Yeah. Thanks,
I
Hollywood.
would say, like, make everyone lead them to the Instagram, and then, like, if there's any updates or anything, that they can be in touch following whatever is being posted on the business page. Like, that's what I would say. Like, if he does put a website out, then you'll be notified on the Instagram. If things change distribution, any other festivals, it will all be on the Instagram page.
And reach out to us, thetweetations@gmail.com. Yeah, would love to talk to you Would love to present the film anywhere else, any place might be interested. So yeah, get in touch. We're available, and yeah, really want people to see the film. So it's coming. Just hit us up.
All right, things to look forward to. And on that note, I'm going to play us out with the Four Treetops. But thank you all for coming, and thank you for watching. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Blackbirders week.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, hello, my sunflowers and sugar plums. My name is Barry the Bluebird, and we are the Four Treetops. You could have been anywhere in the tree, but you're here with me. Now, twig this. We'd like to thank y'all for coming out this evening. Thank you. To the Tweetations Revue. Yeah. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves, learned a thing or two, and most importantly, felt the groove. And we got a message for y'all. Will you let us share it? I said, will you let us share it? Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice.
Now this message is for all the birds of the world. It don't matter the color of your feathers or even the way you fly. Cause this is a song for every birdie, from the pigeons to the penguins, the cranes to the cuckoos. We gotta come together.
Yeah, yeah.
Every birdie. To all my feathers, both near and far. We gotta come together, no matter who you are. Come rain or shine, it's never a bad time. Come on and sing. Sing, sing, sing. You gotta tweet,
Tweet,
eagles in the desert heat. You gotta tweet,
tweet,
all you ducks with flat wet feet. You gotta tweet,
tweet.
oh won't you tweet it with me? You gotta tweet, we gotta tweet. Every birdie, tweet, tweet, tweet. Every bird come together. Every bird come together. Let's all be graceful,